Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be looking at a very special pen of mine. It's the Sheaffer Intensity fountain pen. For those of you that have subscribed or have checked into my channel before, I've spoken about this a fair few times and I've showcased it in some of my previous videos. It was in my previously inked 2024 February video. This was a pen that was given to me by my grandfather. I think he had like a reasonable collection of fountain pens. He loved the art of writing, and I was given this about 10 years ago. This is probably as close to a vintage fountain pen that I will have, and I believe this was bought in the 2000s, early 2000s, and it's held up pretty well. So there's no mistaking it being a Sheaffer. You can see the clip. It's got the classic Sheaffer white dot here. This is a very heavy metal pen, and what I will say about it is it's got an incredibly juicy nib, and this, you know, it won't break your bank at all. It's a fantastic performer. It's on the heavier side. It's fully metal. I like this pinstripe appearance with black and silver markings. That I think is quite cool, and it looks quite classy as well. So I'll just show you how many turns it will take to open out the cap. One. Literally one turn. Very, very quick, very easy to use. It posts very, very well. A little bit of back weight, but I don't think it's such an issue. It's a very longish pen when posted. Okay. As I've said, you've got the clip which has the Sheaffer white dot, which is great. You know, you can't go mistaking it. The clip is actually really, you know, it's reasonable flex, so you can clip it. It's got a metal ring on the section, again full metal body. If you look at inside the cap, again metal rings, so you shouldn't have any issues. The one problem I have with this pen, however, is that it doesn't, you know, close completely, so I can keep twisting it in infinite loops, but it's something I can overlook, to be honest, given it's around 20 years of age, this pen. At the end of the cap, you've just got a nice kind of very reflective metal. Gosh, you can literally see me through that. Again, same thing at the end of the barrel as well. I just want to highlight the nib for you guys. And I've not seen this specific shape nib before in any of my other pens. However, what we have here is a medium nib. I have this inked up in Diamine's Imperial Purple. I think it's, you know, the most interesting thing I have regarding this pen is the fact that I haven't inked this up in, you know, I've had the last batch of ink around 7-8 months ago, and there was a time when I didn't use this pen for 3, 4, 5 months, and it's never dried on me. This pen came with a cartridge, and it also came with a converter. I'm almost run out though, but I'm near the last legs of this pen. I've been using it a lot at work, but it's got a, you know, interesting converter here. You know, I find it quite strange. You kind of have to plop it onto this metal or plastic section here. I've never seen anything like that before, so I feel like the ink just drops into the you know, lumen here. Okay, so that's quite unique, and you just have to screw it back on. Okay, so I'm just going to show you some writing demonstrations. Okay, so we have, let's start around here, Sheaffer Intensity, and I have this inked up in Diamine Imperial Purple. You might have noticed a slow start right at the beginning, but one of the drawbacks I find with this pen is that sometimes if you're just leaving the nib out for no particular reason, the ink can dry up within the nib. So you're going to have to give it a few seconds for it to settle. So that's just one thing. So anytime I find that I have to leave the pen out, I have to cap it to prevent the ink from drying. But it just writes so sublimely once you get it started. And apart from the slow start, the flow is impeccable. I mean, I've never had any slowdown or any sort of skipping. There's barely any feedback, which is, you know, quite amazing with this pen. Let's see how wet the quality of the writing is, or the ink. That is pretty wet. It flows really, really nicely, which is one of the things that I love about this pen. I've never really had a complaint about it, apart from the slow start, but as you can see, the ink flows spectacularly. That is a very, very wet flow. And again, I got this in medium, and yeah, I think overall I just wanted to have a quick review of this pen. These aren't very expensive at the moment. I mean, they have a carbon fiber model, which I may potentially get. I'm hoping that because of the carbon fiber, the material is a little bit lighter. Sometimes when it's posted, you will find that there's a bit of back weight on this pen. You can often find that when you write unposted, it's much more lighter and much more user-friendly, in the sense that if you're looking for a pen that doesn't have too much of a weight, all right. But this is the best thing about this pen. It's not such a expensive pen to get. It will set you back 50 to 100 pounds or dollars depending on where you get it from, and what you're going to end up getting is a very, very good quality, reasonably weighted pen with an impeccable ink flow. I think there's so many new designs out there from when this was launched in the mid 2000s or early 2000s. You can't really go wrong with it. And as I said multiple times, best thing about this is the flow of ink. You may get a slow start if you leave it out hanging, but I guess just keep writing. You'll never have such an issue with it, because like I say, I love the fact that the ink never dried. This is a very good mid-range fountain pen. If you're looking at purchasing and building up a collection, it won't let you down. Like and subscribe, guys. Thank you very much.